boom, 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 beep beep boom, 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 beep beep boom, boom, boom. Okane kateku kotero washi. Korero wa shita. Okane kateku watashi wa star, 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 star. Kira, Kira. When I think about Kira, I think about, first of all, so many things, but I mainly think about Kia. I play Stick of Truth too much. If you Stick of Truth is a South Park video game, probably one of my favorite video games that exists on this earth, and I play it too much because when I think about that, I think about Randy, who is Stan's dad, in pictures anywheres. And in the game, like, that's one of the skills that you have to learn. You have to like learn how to fart in different ways to attack people, and and basically stance, it's a whole karate lesson to just teach you how to sneak a fart behind somebody else. And the lesson of the fart technique is you never fart on nobody's balls, so that's a valuable lesson. Hi, hello, what's good? She was popping. It's your girl Dréa. Apparently, this is how I decided to start my episode today. Welcome back to In My Head's show. There's been we're back on the green screen. I missed this so much. Did you guys miss this green screen? I did. I was gone because the apartment that I was in before, nonsense. It looked nice. The apartment looked nice. The place was nice. Leaky, smelly sometimes, but the landlord was disgusting, worse. So we moved again. How many times am I gonna move? This has been 3 years of this, girl. It's been 3 years of this freaking podcast that I'm doing, and how many times have I moved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th move in 3 years. Do you guys understand what I'm going through? It's not even once a year. It has been twice a year for some. I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. Hi, hello, what's Gucci, what's popping? Did I say that already? I'm not doing good. I'm doing great. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm happy to be here, to be in the green screen. I moved again. It was great. We moved when it was pouring rain. My brother and one of his bestie helped. Hi Shiru, hi my brother, I love you so much. I love you, Max. You guys are the best. And my honey bun and me. Having a community of nice men is great, because when you have to do things like this, having arms, having people available is always great. And I'm always so grateful for this shit. And that's why I'm talking about gratitude all the time. And I need y'all to get on with the program, because gratitude is great. We love it. I have moved so many times and never I have ever hired movers. You want to know why? Because I decided to see. This time I was like, let me be nice. You know what? Maybe I can like try to find somebody and not involve everybody and make it a surprise. The surprise was when they provided me with the quote. That's where the surprise was. Why was it like $1,500 for a tiny place? And I understand they gotta pay people. They're moving. There's all of that shit. But what the? Huh? All of that? J'ai rien compris du tout. I had to go into isolation to figure out what the fuck I was gonna do, because I was not gonna pay fucking that money. So I was able to get my brother again, because my brother has helped me for every 4 out of 5 moves. So shout out to him always and forever. We moved. It was pouring rain. It went great. I love the new place. The neighborhood is nice. We have a nice landlord. The neighborhood looks great. There's kids playing outside. How can I complain? There is no complaint here. And so I'm really happy for all of this. Oh my God, pink bottle. Y'all, water is so fire. Y'all don't understand how water is so fire. It's ridiculous. I'm in such a good mood. I am so happy. Y'all, I tried to record something yesterday. Oh my God. Cut the clip to whatever I tried to record yesterday. I have a fucking stand here. The fuck am I supposed to do with this now? Without a fucking camera. It's so annoying. I'm so annoyed. I'm like not having a good time. And I'm hot. I feel like I said, I was so fucking pissed. I was not done. I was done with I was done with everything. Because I've been like prepping for this episode because I went through a lot of healing and a lot of introspection, because that's what I do, because I'm trying to get to high levels and stay there and happy and keep my shit, because a lot of times some people are gonna get the money and get famous and they're gonna lose everything because they don't get their mind right. And I'm gonna say that all the time because I need y'all to understand it's okay if you take your time to like work on your craft, because you yourself are your craft. So it's all right to do all of that. It's all right to take your time. Don't think that like you have to be successful at another age. Y'all know all of that. What am I teaching you? Nothing. All that to say that I was planning to come back, and I've been so excited, and apparently like the universe is trying to test how I'm gonna react to things, because apparently I lost my camera during the move. I'm pretty sure it's in my brother's friend's car. I'm so sorry. And so I just need to go get it. And so there was that. I was tired. I was hot. It was so hot last night. And it was not because it was hot in general. It's because I was just wearing clothes on myself that were hot, because everything was in the laundry and I was just not having a good time. But I still recorded. It was a 40-minute episode of me fucking ranting and being annoyed with life, but I still recorded. It was great. It was done. And the only reason, oh my god, there's a bird, cute. The only reason I'm recording today is because I did not want to leave y'all with such negativity and such not fun time. So like, I'm here today and I'm back, and I want to be able to give you guys something that's interesting. If this is your first time watching me, hi, my name is Dréa. This was a long intro for me to just introduce myself now. My name is Dréa, but I go by Dréa all the time because I don't have time to tell people how to pronounce my name, because some of y'all just don't speak French and don't understand that the accent on my name is not something that crazy. It's just the accent on my name. And so speaking of that, actually, I've been needing to be more authentic on here. You guys think that I'm authentic all the time? No, I was missing something. I was missing, like, English is not my first language. I'm like, it's way too stupid of a language for it to be my first language. I am French. English is the second language. But to please the people out there, to be going to bigger places, I need to fucking appease to y'all, apparently. But it's also I also need to speak English with my boyfriend, because he speaks English, but he also understands French and speaks French. So like, it's a bit of a both. With a lot of everybody in my life, I go between both. I go between French and English, and I feel like I've been not so inauthentic, because it's not the craziest thing in the world. But like, this is a big part of me. I'm leaving makeup on my mic. This is a big part of my life. Speaking French is my life. So, and plus that, my mom, allô maman, ça va bien? Est-ce que tu écoutes? Oh my god, t'écoutes aujourd'hui? Wow, allô. My mom really, really wants to listen to the podcast, because she wants to my mom is a great supporter. She just wants to be there for her daughter. So I want to incorporate more French and to the English speakers, that if you go on YouTube, because there is a YouTube channel, youtube.com/inmyheads.show33, you will be able to find the page, and you will be able to see that there's going to be subtitles for your English ass, because you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. And you know what? It's going to be also a learning lessons for some of y'all who maybe you want to dip your toe into the pool that is French. And this is here that you're starting to do it, so I have to do that, and I'm happy to do that. Who knows? I let everything flow as it flows. I'm not gonna stop myself from trying to figure out a word in English when I am a French speaking person. I'm just gonna fucking sing it in French, and y'all are gonna have subtitles, okay? So on YouTube, subscribe if you're an English speaking person and you want to keep up with the game. Go subscribe, go like and leave comments, talk to me, say what you like. And then for the audio speakers, for the audio listeners, you can please leave me some review. Please leave me some reviews. You leave 5 stars on my page because I deserve it anyway. Just give me stars, okay? I'm here today. I've been coming across so many thoughts and thinkings about things. Almost a sentence. I've decided so early on in my life that I did not want to have kids, and it's so funny that like people who kept being on my ass being like, you just need to find your person and to reach a certain age, and I'm telling you, you're gonna want this is what you're gonna want. You're gonna want to like have so many babies, you're gonna see babies, and you're gonna have the baby fever, and then you're gonna want to have so many babies. Guys, 28 years old with my man who also doesn't care to have kids. I'm happy that you know what, like this is why living authentically is important, because I've been very honest about this my entire life. Since I've been a very, very young child, I've always wanted to be an aunt. Being an aunt has been my dream. I remember watching certain movies and certain shows, and like the aunt that like had no kids was always the sexiest one too. She always had nice nails and the nice outfits, and she would always like be on trips or like living abroad somewhere fucking with a nice man, and like they had a lot of money and they were able to like do so many fun things. That's always what I've wanted to be. I've always wanted to be an aunt. I'm able to say today that I'm a proud aunt, proud and active aunt to 4 beautiful nephews and other babies that are around as well. But like the core 4, I love all the babies. The nephews, I say some nieces and nephews because it's my cousin's baby, but like what is the term for the babies that your cousin has? They're still your nephews and nieces and nephews. I don't fucking care to know what the term is. I'm not gonna remember it. I'm a proud auntie. I love this auntie life. There's nothing like it. And it's fulfilling me in so many ways that I feel like people who have kids would say that that's how the kids should be fulfilling your life. I'm getting fulfilled by the babies in my family, and I love them so dearly. I'm so involved in I try my best to be so involved in their life. The oldest Noah, who is 11 this year. Oh my God, Noah's gonna be 11. This is so. Oh my God, it's Noah's champagne year. 9/11 baby. He was there when things were bad at some other place that I don't care about. So Noah's gonna be 11 this year. It's his champagne birthday, and now that I'm thinking about it, we gotta do something special. Like all the uncles and aunties and parents, we gotta get together and do something special for Noah, because 11 being a champagne year, this boy is about to be a preteen. He is so sweet, like definitely the sweetest boy that exists in this world. Like just loves to be kind and helpful and nice. Very good at soccer. I mean, the man is gonna get far. He's so sweet. I love him so much. He's the sweetest thing ever. His little sister Maite is if you know Maite, you know that she is something. I love her so much. She is so cute. She's so pretty. She is so interesting, and she's mean. Maite is mean. Dare I say that she's the B word? Don't get upset at me. I've told that in front of her mom, and she agrees. Like Maite is just like on another level, and Ayo, if Mean Girls was in a if Regina George maybe not Regina George level, but like we're about to like show her Mean Girls, and we all know that she's gonna relate to it because she's literally Ayo, I'm not worried about her. I'm not worried about her getting bullied or anything. Like, she's probably gonna be the bully. I am so but like that's also why I want to stay close to her, because I want to make sure that she doesn't become that. We don't need to have bullies in the family. We don't like bullies. We love a pretty, kind baddie, and if that's what we have, we're gonna make sure she gets there. And then I have my, oh my God, the love of my life, the loves of my life, Fifi and Amy. Dude, these girls bring me so much joy. My sister's girls, my sister and my other brother's girls, they're just like, they make me so happy. I mean, if I can talk about Fifi just turned 7, which is so freaking insane to me, but 7, her age will always be attached to my spiritual awakening because she is the reason that I am walking alive today. I would probably not be on this earth if it wasn't for Fifi today, because she truly changed my life. She got me out. She was my before I could do something for myself, because I didn't love myself at a certain point when I was in my very abusive DV situation. If you've been on this channel, you know about this. If you listen to the show, you have heard me talk about my DV situation that I was between 2015 and 2017. 2017 being the year she was born. My little Cancer girl. I love her so much. She's just the sweetest thing ever. And yeah, before I wanted to change for myself, I did it for her. I didn't want her to have an auntie that was what I was at the time, in the environment that I was at the time. And everything that I do, everything that I owe to is to that child. To be honest, I wouldn't be on this earth without this child, and she's truly the funniest kid ever. She's very kind, she's very sweet. My sister and Dom, they've truly are very, very, very incredible parents. They are raising the most beautiful sunshines of this world. And then there's Emiko. Emiko is 4. Is she 4 or 5? Emiko is 4. I think Emiko is 4. Emiko is 4. Is Emiko 5 or 4? I'm having a literal brain fart right now. She was a C19 baby, so she is 4. She's 4. Insane child. Insane. She's so funny. I've never seen such a dancer. She is a natural dancer. She got rhythm. She is so smart. She is ridiculous. Emiko is low-key a genius, and I'm waiting for people to notice that about her, that she's really, really up there. She can keep a rhythm. She is incredible. She talks, those girls speak so well, and I love to say that it's because of us. It's because of our family. We don't do baby talk. We've never done baby talk. This is not a thing in my family. The way I speak to y'all is the way that I speak to those girls, and that's why they have such a beautiful vocabulary at their age. And I've always been so true. The one thing about me is that I'm going to be I'm going to be very, very serious. Not serious, but I'm going to be super real with the kids. J'ai pas le temps de faire semblant que, blah, blah, blah exists. Yes, of course, I'm going to allow the kid to believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. They can. But there's certain things that, just because there's a kid, je vais pas comme leur mentir for what? Lie to the kids for what? To, make sure that they stay stupid? I would do that to them. So I'm very, very real with the kids. And dude, these girls, these kids are really everything, and I feel so much fulfillment with these babies, these kids in my life, that I don't need more. I've never been one to dream of being a mother, and although comparison is a thief of joy, I've needed to compare myself to keep myself in check. Growing up, always said I wanted to be an aunt. I never was one to play with dolls like that. Of course, I love Barbies. I enjoy my brats. My scene, all that shit, everything that involved it, all that girly stuff. Yeah, I liked, but I never. And I played this game of taking care of a baby, online as a kid too. And it was fun because of the tasks that I had to do, and because I was taking care of a baby. But it wasn't from a motherly perspective. It was just from I'm just having fun doing these things with the kid because the kid is fun, and that I love that. I love kids. I worked with kids for, I want to say, 5 years almost. My first job was working at a after school program with children in elementary school. There was an elementary school near my high school, and me, my brother, my best friend Rose. I love you, Rose. Hi, Rose. Are you listening to this? Hi, if you're here. Hi. Rose, and then Jacinthe, and oh my God, Jacinthe, are you listening to? Hi to people. Hi, everybody. We worked at MIFO, which is the French camps and stuff for kids, just programs and all. They don't just do things for kids. I feel like they have like shows and stuff sometimes, but it's basically for the francophones in Ottawa. And I did 2 years of volunteerings with them, and I fucking loved it. It was so fun. I mean, I had to do volunteering for school because when in Ontario, if you want to graduate high school, you need to have a certain amount of hours. I think it's just 40 hours. I did like 800 plus because in high school, I tore my ACL. I tore my ACL, MCL, meniscus, all that bitch in my left knee while playing soccer during tryouts. And guess what? Your girl made the team, but I wasn't able to play because my knee was fucked and I couldn't do track as well. So I basically, during the summer, I went to the gym and I did my volunteering at camps, and it was the best time. I had such a good time. I like kids. I fuck with kids. They're fucking cool. Okay, not in whatever. I love kids. They are truly. I prefer kids sometimes over adults. Like the kids are so real. They're so honest. They have no shame, and I gravitate towards that because my inner child be alive all the time, forever and always. And I think that to stay young at heart, you need to obviously have some kids in your life, and that's why I'll never not have kids in my life. I love my nieces and nephew just like my own. Yeah, I can bring them back to their parents, but like, if I can do something for the parents to when I'm hanging out to like alleviate some parents' weight, I'ma do it. I'ma happily do it, and I love doing it. So yeah, I love to be part of their lives. I love kids. As a child, I wanted to adopt. I knew that I was gonna adopt at some point. And fostering, I think that what's the show called? The Fosters. There was a show, obviously The Fosters. I used to watch that show a lot, and I always found it so amazing for parents to foster kids. The kids are gonna come in and out. They're probably gonna go through like 40 kids, and yeah, I would love to do that. I've spoken about it with my man. I mean, when me and my man started dating, my mom made sure that I was open with him about that because my mom knows. She has, I mean, as an African mother, she's gonna try her best to always see where I'm at with this, but it's been a good few years that she hasn't asked me because I've made it clear to her. I was like, I don't want to have my own kids unless I have coins for a surrogate, but even then, them newborn stages, y'all can keep that for yourself. I don't need that. I don't need that stress for myself in my relationship with my man. I don't need that. Okay, yeah, kids are beautiful, whatever. Boo. Don't want that. Don't care for it. I don't care to be pregnant. I don't want to be pregnant. Some people are gonna say, but like you're not gonna get to experience everything that it means to be a woman. But girl, what do you say to the women that cannot actually have kids? Are you gonna tell them that they're less of a woman? Are you gonna say that those women are less of a woman because they can't have kids of their own? I don't think you would say that to them. I am a female role, a female figure, a woman, a second mother, because my nieces call me moms a lot of times. Okay, I'm a good figure in their life. So yeah, I'm not a mother because I didn't give birth to kids, but I'm helping raise some kids out there and be angry, be happy, but like that's just the life that I've chosen. And I wish people weren't so scared to be open about this, especially African women, POCs, all the beautiful colored women out there. Like, I feel like we're so pushed by our families, by our parents to have kids and to create a family in that way that it's hard to have that conversation. I've had it. I've told my parents whenever they tried to make jokes, I was like, nope, not for me. Like, I've always been my whole family knows. This isn't something new. It's never something I've hidden. I've just never been interested by that. And then I think about people who have, there's women, there's girls that from a young age are like, dude, to be a mother to be your mother, to have a child in my lap, to take care of it all the time. Like, they're fucking down for that shit. I'm not. I'm just not. And I'll take care of them regardless, but it's just not a lot for me. You know, I'm still the type of person that puts juice in my wine. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because growing up, I mean, once I started drinking with my family, I've never been one to always follow. Dude, I feel like I have a headache, but I also don't know if it's because I tended to my garden and like it's just hitting me a lot. But like, whoa, god damn, I feel like it's been hitting me so insanely these days. Let me just not fuck up my new freaking desk that my man built me a desk. My man built me a desk. I didn't have to do a thing. I just had to make sure he felt so real. Okay, yeah. It was great. I don't want to fuck it up, so I have a little thingies. Because why does this have like made of like, I don't know what it's called, but I want to say cast iron. Cast iron vibes. Wow, that was insane. You know that I'll do things like that and my brain is going to be like, oh my god, you're so huge for... Girl, I have to force myself to have one. I'm not to the point that there's just one because I exist. Relax. And I say that to my brain. My brain and my higher self, they love to have this fight. They have to love these conversations about me when I'm there as if I don't exist. And it's not nice. Adding juice to my wine. Getting drunk, drinking, yes. I've always been one to like put my wine in a mug. fuck a wine glass. I'll just put it in a mug, and we're just gonna call it a day. And then because like some of them wines out there are just gross, and because there was nothing else, that sounds so bad. Because there was nothing else, I'm just gonna add a little juice in it, help it a little bit. And some people would call me unclassy, or some people would be like, oh my god, you're mixing like just with your wine. What do you think is sangria? I'm just making myself a less sugary sangria by just putting a few jibbity drops. Like, I'm not just putting so much, but like chillax. Who cares? Okay, there's rules about how you're supposed to be drinking your wine and how you're supposed to be drinking your stuff, and you're supposed to fuck off. Don't care. Not gonna abide. I'm not gonna abide. I have so much energy. I went to the gym this morning. I went to the gym at 6 a.m. this morning because apparently I'm a morning girly now. I'm a morning gym girly now, and I love it. Now I understand. I understand why people go early to the gym, because I have my whole day ahead and it's 10:42. Love it. It felt great. I missed it. You know, after the last episode, and if you don't know, my last episode is called Conquering My ED. It's great. Go listening to it. It was fun. It was great. It's been interesting to go to the gym again with this new perspective, this new outlook, this new plan. It feels mature. It feels very mature. It feels great. I'm not going to the gym to try to show people that I'm the strongest woman alive. And I'm not going to the gym for external validation anymore. So I love it. I need to rest my eyes 2 seconds. My eyes feel so heavy. Not because I'm tired, but just because, like, wow, like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Maybe it's the lights. These lights are hot. And, like, I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing with myself. I'm just in a field with flowers around me. I'm in a field, and I'm just thinking about the beautiful sky and like all the beautiful flowers and clouds. But no. Again, I need to stop doing that. I love life. I truly love my life. Something about this morning was very interesting because I walked into the neighborhood to get to the gym, now that I moved closer to the gym that I always used to go to, now that I moved into this neighborhood, this new place, I get to walk into a neighborhood that is very familiar to me because it is the neighborhood I have been in a lot due to old friends, and it got me really thinking about like friendship breakups. And I feel like not even I feel like there are breakups because something definitely happens and it just never is the same afterwards. Like, even if you try to have a conversation with the person that it happens with, and you try to what's the word, like, you're good with the person again, but after that one situation, and at the time when you guys were definitely like just on another level of friendships, it's really unfortunate because it's one of those things that, like, if we were still friends, I could just hit her up and be like, yo, going to the gym, you should come with me. It's 6 a.m. I'm about to walk in your neighborhood. Let's walk together to the gym. I'll just walk to your house and then we walk together. And it's unfortunate that we can't do that. And I'm going to call out some people. I'm going to call out Libras. I mean, people want to say that Geminis are two-faced, that Geminis are the problem. Can we talk about Libras? Libras are on some other level sometimes. I mean, unhealed Libras, or just Libras on the way of healing, because I mean, we're all fucking up. We can all fuck up sometimes, but the fact that this has been shown twice with 2 Libra women, and they just love to disappear because apparently I get too real for them, and because apparently something in my life I just don't understand. I don't know why, but when you get too real with Libras, they just piece the fuck out, and you just become the villain in their story at some point for some reason. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's friendship breakups suck. With the other Libra, I mean, I know it's with both situation. I know it's never me. I know it's never me the problem, because I've only come from a place of love. Always, like, yeah, we all mess up, and relationships and friendships can be messy, because friendships, just like relationships that are with your families, friendships are included in relationships. All relationships need work. All relationships, there will be some butting heads, and there will be some understanding. There will be like some up and down, and there will be some times that it's great, sometimes that it's not. But I truly believe that within a friendship and within good relationship as a whole, when there's an understanding that y'all are a team, nobody's against each other, and we're all changing and evolving, and we're trying to change and evolve together, and we want to be able to understand each other, and having the uncomfortable conversations are necessary, and putting your ego aside and come with your higher self and be more mature is necessary, and shit like that. When one party doesn't want to do that, and the other party comes from a place of love, it's hard. And unfortunately, in both situations with Libras, I've come from a place of love. And for both of those situations, they were situations with relationships. Yes, some people will say, never trying to say something about people's relationship because they're just going to push you away because you don't understand, because you don't blah, blah, blah. When your friend when your friend complains about a relationship so much, what do you expect? What do you want from your friend? Do you want your friend to just go along with you and never tell you what's real and what's good, and just never make sure that like you're actually okay in a good relationship? Or do you just want somebody to just listen to you and to just make you feel better about every decision that you make, but never be real? Bigger struggle, truly, because for both Libras, both being so close, and I'm only talking about this now because I think it's important to shed the light on this, and I'm okay with the situations. Both of those women, I wish them to truly be on the path that they've once expressed to me, the path of being with somebody that treats them like they know they should be treat them, not caving because you're scared of loneliness, and not caving and not accepting crumbs. You know, both of those girls, because Libras are very charming and they know what they want, and Libras are gonna play dumb, but they're very smart women, and they're gonna, you know, they have a head on their shoulders. But when it comes to their love interest, and when they're really in something, I feel like they're just gonna make it fit how it fits, and anybody that's not fitting in that, and anybody that's not with the puzzle that they're creating out of puzzles that are not even supposed to be fucking together, like, they're just gonna push away. And I think that's unfortunate, because both friendships were so dear to me. I mean, both. And it's very funny because for one of my birthdays, both of those friendships came to my house to be with my family. So be with my nieces, be with my parents, be with my family, who I don't mess with my family. In the sense that, like, I don't let anybody in like that. I don't let just anybody in like that. I've had many friends. Not a lot of friends have met my parents and been at my house and been with like, hang out with my family, because my family to me is very sacred. They're my people. And if you've gone to the point that you've met my family and you've, like, hung out with my parents and you've hung out with us, you're my family. So both of those women were at a birthday for me a few years ago, hanging out with my family, and to me it was like, wow, I really have sisters in my life. And we would call each other sisters, and both of them apparently just calling a sisterhood means nothing. It's just a fun word for them to pull around, and I'm hoping that it has changed. I'm hoping that they're able to truly uphold their vision of sisterhood with people right now, women that are good to them. There's never a time that I wish them bad. A lot of times I just wish they would just say something, because there's both of them have complained about their partners both times, and, you know, they know what I do. They know I know what I talk about. They know that I'm able to see futures. I'm able to see paths. They know that I'm able to predict things. They both know that I'm able to see what the future upholds. Yet they just decided to just, like, be stubborn and go their ways. Maybe it was a choice of boundaries. Which, if it's just choice of boundaries, girl, why the fuck are you talking to me about this shit? And you're just, like, then gonna fucking push me away because I'm telling you that you should be doing something else with your choices. Ridiculous. And so the first one, we had a situation where they thought that I was in there for them, when in reality they were invited to, I'm just gonna fucking say the situation. They were invited before I moved to Montreal. I had asked a few people to help me come visit apartments, because I like to have my community with me. I was gonna move by myself, but I'm never gonna freaking just go visit things by myself. I'm a beautiful small woman. Yeah, I can just kill anybody with these hands and with my legs and stuff, because they're very powerful, but, like, I still don't want to just venture by myself to places, and so I asked my community to come with me. One of my friends, Fatou, was there. Hi, Fatou. Est-ce que t'es même en train d'écouter si t'écoutes? Yo, I'm about to give you some tea and you're gonna love it. Mais I asked my friend Fatou to come with me, and then I asked my friend and her boyfriend to come with me as well, to come help me visit. And it had been planned in advance, way in advance, like super in advance. Well, not really in advance, like a few weeks that it was planned ahead. And so I was planning that I was gonna go be with Fatou, and that we were gonna go in the morning together. We were gonna drive to Montreal, and they lived, my friend and her boyfriend, they lived in Toronto at the time. So the plan was that they were gonna drive from Toronto to Ottawa the night before, or a few days before, and then they would then, the day of my visit, do the drive down to Montreal to then meet me in Montreal to our Airbnb, and then be with all of us. We can just go visit places. Because if I'm gonna do adulting, let me just make it fun and let me invite my friends. And everybody was down. The plan was like in motion. Everybody had their ducks in motion. Like, there was an understanding. Everybody knew what was going on. And 2 days before, which was supposed to be the day that they were coming down from Toronto to Ottawa, which is, if you're not in Canada, it's about 5 hours from Toronto to Ottawa, and then from Ottawa to Montreal, it's an hour and a half. So they were supposed to leave because they were supposed to stay with family, come visit family, because both their families are in Ottawa. And they told me they were gonna be a bit late, which is okay. At least they told me ahead, and I always appreciate that. One thing about communication to me that is important is that if you're gonna be late, just let me know. If there's gonna be some delays, just let me know in advance, and don't let me like have to run after you for it. And so it was nice, it was cool. So Fatou, the thing with Fatou is that she had to move the next day, that Sunday. So we were going on Saturday, and that Sunday she had to move. So I was gonna help her. And the plan was to leave early, and I had mentioned that to the friend. I had mentioned that to my Libra friend, that I had to help my friend move the next day, so that like really the day was, we were just gonna hang out, go visit, hang out for the day, I hang out at the Airbnb, and then the next day it's an early leave, So the day of, me and Fatou, we drive, we get there. There's more delays on the other side for the Libra and her boyfriend. Turns out that they're gonna be like most likely arriving around like 7 p.m. because turns out that they left Toronto late, and they're basically like coming from I can't remember if they were coming from Toronto or they had to do something in Ottawa, and then they were coming late from Ottawa to here. But regardless, they were getting here at 6 p.m. Okay, so at that point, me and Fatou left like early in the morning so we could be at the Airbnb for check-in early, and we could do visits early, so then we could enjoy the rest of the evening and the day while we were in Montreal. And me and Fatou were both like homebodies, so like we were cool staying home. Like obviously it was also a full moon, and they knew that it was a full moon, and the girls knows that on a full moon, no matter where I am, if I'm able to be inside to do my full moon ritual, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna be down to leave to go outside, but like if y'all want to go out, it's cool. At least we hung out during the day, so like y'all are free to do whatever you want to do. They got here at 6 p.m. or like a bit later, so it was after the visits. They came with a friend who's cool, no problem with the friend, he's a cool guy, and we hung out a little bit at the Airbnb, but they didn't I think they got there a bit later, like I think it was around 7 or 8. Then they wanted to go to this like fancy restaurant because their friend was wanted to go there, because it's a super, I forget what the name of the place is, who cares, not important. They wanted to go out to a super fancy place. 1, didn't have the coins. 2, it was a full moon, and I had told them that I had to stay in. And my Libra friend, like, she was like, are you sure you don't want to come out, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah man, I told you in advance that like I was going to do my ritual, so like I was hoping that she would have stayed, because we haven't had seen each other for a while. She was with her boyfriend in Toronto, so like I understand what it's like to be in a new relationship. It would like, and so like I understand that like she is living her thing, which I love that for her. Like I went to visit them like months before that, because I'm pretty sure the October around Libra season I went to visit her for her birthday. So like it was great, like it was time, like it's fine, I understand. So but I was just hoping that she would have chosen to stay with me at the Airbnb to do a full moon ritual, because even at the time, we were having so many conversations about being a mystic and like what it takes, and like I know that she has her own abilities, that she has a really good intuition, but like she just tends to not listen to herself. And So I was trying to like open up more to, and looking back, her not being interested, not that she wasn't interested, but like she wasn't ready to fully be in that life. And her boyfriend being somebody that I also knew longer than I knew her. He was one of my brother's high school friend, and me and him we were cool, and we were pretty close as well. And he knew about my mystic life. He knew about my shit. He believed all of that, like, so he knew as well. So everybody knew I was gonna stay in. And yeah, she chose to go with the guys. Fatou decided to go with them too because she wanted to try that place. She was hungry. She wanted oysters. Fatou is a fancy woman, so I'm never gonna stop Fatou from living her fancy life. Like, never gonna be like, Fatou is literally one of my other inspiration to be the fun, sexy auntie that's just like living her best life, rich and just living, because she's like, oh my god, Fatou is the best. I love her. Me and Fatou tried to record an episode. But we spilled way too much tea and we like talked trash about way too many people, so like that episode never saw the light of day. And it's so funny because the day, weeks before we went to Montreal, before all of this happened, we recorded that episode and it was fun and it was great, but tea was spilled too much, so we'll get Fatou another time, because Fatou is one of my forever person. Like, she's gonna be in my life forever. It's from time. It's like 15 years of love. And so, so they all went out. I stayed in to do my ritual, and Fatou came back first. She came back like, I want to say 2 hours later. She was like, they're still having fun. I just didn't feel like being out because, again, humans are too much sometimes. So she came back, we enjoyed ourselves, and we went to bed early because like we had to go, we had to go the next day. And they came back when we were in bed. I heard them come back, and the next day me and Fatou, we get our things to leave early as we said we would, and as I told my friend the night before. She got up too to say goodbye, and she was like, oh, y'all are not gonna stay longer, blah blah blah. And I was like, no man, I told you that we have to go back because I have to help Fatou like move and stuff. We said our goodbyes, we left. I thought we were good when we left. Turns out we weren't. She said that she did all this road to come to see me, and I can't make time for her. And I can't like stay longer to spend time for her. So it's like they did all this road for no reason and like all of that. And I told her that, I told you that I told her exactly what I said I was gonna do, and she like literally could not be surprised that this was what I chose. Like, this is what happened, because like she knew that I had to go help Fatou move. She knew that I wasn't gonna go out, and she chose all those times to be with her man and her friend and to be out. And that's okay, but actions have consequences. Don't put that on me that I wasn't there for you because you chose. I truly hope that you would have stayed with me when I stayed that night. You didn't have to go out with your man. You go out with him all the time. You live with him, so you didn't have to go out with him. So that was really unfortunate. We spoke, and then at some point she told me that we were fine, but obviously we were not fine because slowly she stopped talking to me. And then at some point for a year I was reaching out to her, which is funny enough because my other Libra friend, who also disappeared on me because of their own man problems and whatever the fuck, that Libra friend was with me that entire time, and she was telling me that she doesn't understand how she can't, my friend can't believe that like she's not mature enough to have a conversation with me even if I'm reaching out like that. She can't believe that she like would just step away like that from a friendship without having a conversation. She can't believe all of this, all of that. Guess who did the same thing like few years later? That girl. So for a year I reached out at least once a month to see if we were okay, if she was good, how she was doing. And my last message was like, dude, if you don't reply to me, because the next year it was the time to be it was her birthday, and her man was trying to get me to go visit them, but I was like, dude, I still haven't spoken to this person at all at this point. So like I'm not just gonna come. I haven't spoken to her. She hasn't spoken to me. I've been talking to me and him were cool. That's the thing. Me and her boyfriend were like talking the entire time because we have a separate relationship. To me at that time, like me and him, we were close. He was one of my brother's friend. So like it's like another brother to me, like, you know, so we were having our own, like, so we were cool. And he was trying to get me to come to Toronto for her birthday, but she never replied to me. And so at some point I was like, my last message to her was like, dude, if you don't reply to this, like, I'm gonna have to erase you from my life, because losing her as a friend was really hard. You know, if you're listening to this today, losing you as a friend was hard. And that's why I sent you the message and I said that if you don't reply to this, I'm erasing you from my life, because my Scorpio moon, one thing about that is that I will give you a lot of chances, but once I'm done, and I move on and I'm cool and I never look back. And I did not. She never replied to me. And so I never looked back. Then I moved on, and me and her have a mutual friend. Hi Jen, I love you so much. How you doing? Me and her have a mutual friend, and you know, I've seen her around with the friend. We're cool. We've had conversation. We caught up. I was able to meet her new man, who seems like a very cool guy. Me and him seems to have some things in common, in terms of like going to therapy and stuff, and spiritual journey, and the journey to kindness and love. So like, he seems like a cool dude. And still wish her the best, you know. I have not reached out to her because I don't feel like I have to. She never apologized for what happened. She mentioned that like there was a time in her life that she wishes she would have been more present for some people, but we've never had the conversation, so I'm not gonna reach out. And then our other Libra friend, and then, you know, throughout that time I would hear that she wasn't happy with her. I mean, in the end, she ended up breaking up with her man, which I'm happy she did. Because a year or two before that, I told her that they were good, that it didn't need to continue, and that understandably that this was a like super important relationship for her, but like she clearly doesn't seem happy. He didn't seem happy either, and so like I was like, y'all are just keeping something going for no reason, and like she knew she wanted something different, and 2 years later she finally did it, and I was really, really happy to hear that when they parted ways. And yeah, when it happened, did I think, bro, I told you so, and this could have been avoided 2 years earlier? Yeah, I thought it, because I had told her that she didn't need to do all of that. She didn't need to stay, and that it wasn't gonna be seen as a failure or anything, that like life happens, and she had some good times, but like some things, I mean, understanding how their relationship started, not surprised how it ended, you know. So there's that. No shade, no tea. If you know, you know. And then other Libra friend, I mean, really, really deep friendship. Should have known the first time that she disappeared that maybe she didn't appreciate me that much, because that time that I went to the mental hospital because of my ego death, we were in a trio of mystics, me, her, and another girl who I don't know how she's doing. Hope she's well, but big ill. And she I was like staying at her place because at the time things were not good at my parents, with my family and all, and so I would stay with her. But I had my ego death induced me into a manic episode, and that friend basically kicked me out in the middle of winter. I didn't have boots. I was left in the street because I was having an episode, and I was like imagining somebody being there, a person that was a big catalyst in the growth that I've done in my life. But I'm still very confused about that episode, because I still remember everything so clearly. I remember everything that happened. I remember going to the hospital and me losing my mind over there, and it was so insane because like I was basically calling out everybody on their bush because I was being like getting such an influx of information. And anyways, she basically took the side of that friend who ended up being a crazy fucking bitch. She ended up taking her side, because I don't know, maybe she thought that she was a better mystic and that it's better to stay. Like, she didn't stick up for me, you know, even when the friend said that I what I did to her was worse than what her abusive mother and abusive boyfriend have done to her combined. I did worse. Do you guys want to know what I did? I just didn't sleep for like 3 days, and I was online posting shit. I was going on live doing a lot of crazy shit, and like I just was like turbulent in her apartment. I didn't really do that much crazy, but her being a psychology major, which, like, be careful of people that are psychology majors. Sometimes they're like on a lot of fucking sketchy shit, trying to know how to manipulate people better. Her being a psychology major, your diploma went to shit, girl, because she wasn't even able to like know how to deal with my situation. She just kicked me out. I had no glasses, I had no boots, I couldn't see shit. She just threw my stuff out, and then my brother and my mom ended up coming to pick me up with an ambulance and stuff. It was crazy. But yeah, so that friend took that side, and I guess once she realized that that other friend couldn't give her what she needed, she decided to come back my way. Me being the person that I was at the time, I mean, I've cared about this friendship so deeply. There were ups and downs, and it's now that I'm removed, I can definitely see the signs where that friendship was not it. And there were many times that she made me feel like I think she enjoyed the friendship because, and I'm saying that from thinking about things, and this is not even from a shady way, but this is from what I felt looking back. I felt like because she's been a mystic for much longer than I have. She's been tapped in for much longer than I have, and she has taught me so much of what I know today, which I'm forever grateful for. And it's interesting to see that I feel like she just enjoyed feeling like she was superior to me in some ways. And knowing that there was always going to be somebody that was going to be there for her, because yeah, I was that person when she got with her man, who don't know if it's still her husband, but who knows, because I don't care to follow, because you know why I don't care to follow? Not because I could, not like I could. I never unfollowed her, but she pulled one of those I'm gonna block you, and I'm gonna block and unblock you to make sure that like you unfollow me, because that's what she does. I've been there for her. I've seen her do that so many times. So like, she thinks that I don't know that she would pull that shit on me. Of course she did, because she didn't like what I was putting out. She did, like, basically she got with a man. She, during their first year of the relationship, they had a lot of fights, and I was there many times for my friend. I was there. I mean, I'm the type of friend that you can call when you're going through it, and I will come to your house. I will come to you. I will make sure that you're good. I will make sure that you feel safe, and I will make sure that you're there. So the times that he would walk away from her, she would call me in tears, and I would come to her, because that's the kind of friend that I was, because we would call each other sisters. She didn't give a fuck about that, apparently. And basically they've had many back and forths. I mean, even my family she's met my family. My mom especially was there for another time that she had a moment, because on one of my niece's birthday, we went to Omega Park. If you're not from Ottawa, Gatineau side, Omega Park is just a park where animals are in nature, and you just bring your car around. There's a section with a park at the end where kids and families can sit down and have fun. We did that for her birthday. And while I was with my family and everybody, and she called me in tears, and I was on the phone with her to try to calm her down and make sure that she felt safe and that she felt good, because that's what I do, again. Because the man was not treating her right. This was like barely a year into their relationship. It's just been a back and forth of he's leaving me, he's staying, it's a lot of bad shit. And knowing that like she is at the time trying to uphold the big impressed energy, and we know that she shouldn't be accepting crumbs, and we know that she shouldn't be like allowing this to happen, although like she's getting confirmations in other places that like this is the one for her. Whatever. She still stayed, you know. When she was ready to leave, I was behind her, and I was there to be there. I was there for her, and I was her biggest hype man. And when she would tell me that, like, you know what, we spoke, we're good, and we're gonna stay together, I would also listen, because the few times that I had spoke my mind, she was not happy about that. And whatever, I'm gonna be your friend, and I'm gonna support you no matter what you do, because that's what we do. But however, if you're in my life, you know that I don't fucking cut corners. If you're doing something that I know goes against who you are, I'm gonna call you back to your person. I'm gonna call you back to yourself. I'm gonna fucking tell you what's good. I'm just gonna tell you what's good. So lots of back and forth. Lots and lots of back and forth of them being together or not. Then I moved. She never came to visit me in Montreal when I moved away, and I would always go to her place. Going to her place all the time. We would have sleepovers all the time. It was fun and great. The second I moved to Montreal, she never came to visit me. Never. And if she wants to blame it on being in a relationship and like being at home and having cats to take care of, whatever she wants, that's cool. But my friend Chloe, my beautiful, beautiful Cancer love, I love her so much. She lives 4.5 hours away in our hometown. She came to visit me twice so far. So like, if there's a will, there's a way, you know. She had no will. So, and that's all looking back, you know. There were always signs that this friendship wasn't it. I mean, she was doing questionable things while before her marriage, and while in her marriage she was doing questionable things, and I would call her out on that, because if you're trying to be a certain energy, there's some things that you cannot do. There's certain things that you simply cannot entertain, and you can simply not do. And so, and knowing that, like, when she got married and like in Montreal, you guys know, I mean, if you've listened here and if you've been here, you know that I was really working on myself to be able to attract the partner that I now have. I was working hard on myself, so I would notice things that she would do that I know her higher self wouldn't be proud of. And I don't know if she ever dealt with those things, but ayo, if you're gonna complain about your relationship all the time, don't expect me to always be on your side, y'all. If you're my friend and you're in a relationship and you've complained to me, you know that I'm gonna not only take your side, but like I'm gonna tell you what I think. If you're not married and if you don't have kids together and you're not married, you don't need to stay together. You don't. Marriage takes work, clearly, and whatever, man. So all that to say that the last time that we spoke, she was visiting her man, and I was super happy for her. And things happened. I used to have a lot of her details in my pages, which are now deleted because she kindly asked me to do that. At the time, she was getting lawyers and stuff involved, and love that for her. Dude, I was so happy for her. Not gonna lie, like, I had been messaging her and I was waiting for her to get back to me because she was gone to see her man for a few weeks around her birthday, and I wanted to see if we were gonna do our Halloween thing that we usually do together. And so when she messaged me, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, my friend is back, we're gonna get to hang out. I was so happy to hear from her, just to be ahead with the like right now I'm just working on getting my legal things in order, because I'm trying to bring big things to my business, which as you should. Love that for you. I was there clapping. I was like, as you should, girl. I love that for you. New levels. And then she just asked me to she was like, I don't understand why you have my details of my business like on your podcast stuff. So I'm gonna ask you to remove them. Besides for that one episode where I know that you mentioned me, but like the other episode I don't think you mentioned me. Not that I've listened to the episode fully, so like I wouldn't know. And so then she was like, so if you could just remove everything but that one, that would be nice. So I was like, I was like, I can't just be a friend supporting your friend. I can't just be a friend supporting a friend, because the thing about me is that like she told me so much about what I know. So like if I can guide people to like a source, somebody that's what they do, they're gonna be doing that, I want to guide that to them. But like apparently not a good thing. And knowing the train of thought that she could have, maybe she thought that I was doing this to gain popularity from her page. I don't fucking care about that shit. I don't do all of that. I just wanted to be a friend supporting a friend. But then when I think about it, she never posted about my podcast ever on her page, but I would post about her stuff all the time. You know, there were signs all the time. There were signs. All that to say, wow, Libras, that was a lot of talking. I think I needed to get this out of my chest, because friendship breakups, they're gonna hurt, but when you really think back, they need it. They are so needed, because it makes space for better people. Losing those friendships, I've gone other ones. I've gotten real connections. I've gotten connections with people that are alike, that want to grow with me, that we have similar goals, you know? And I love that. That's why it's like, if you gotta fucking ditch some people around, or just like accept that some friendships or relationships are done, be grateful for that, because it only means that you're gonna get something much better along the way. Just like them being removed from my life was good, I'm sure it was for them too. I hope it was. Do I think that I'm a fucking great friend? Fuck yeah, I do. I'm not to toot my own horns, but as I should, I think I'm a fucking great friend. I will show up for you. I'm gonna do my, yes, there will be times that I'm not gonna answer for weeks, because answering a phone is hard sometimes, and it's because I'm also going through my own shit. But like when I have the space and the energy to be there for friends, I am. And I'm a great friend. Hate to say that, but yeah, friendship breakups are necessary. Some people are not gonna be down to grow with you and do the work. Some people are just not ready for that, and it's better to just align yourself with people who are more like you, people who want to be with you. I think that's what's good, and that's what's necessary. This was a lot of talking. Libras, do better. Libras, high-key, low-key, do better. Stop running away when people who actually care about you call you out on shit that you do. And because you can't take it, you just run away. Where is going to be the growth? You're just going to find other persons that hurt people to show them who you are now. But then it's probably going to leak through again, and they're going to call you out again. Like, how many times are we going to change that? How many times? Question that I ask myself. But I'm grateful for the women in my life. I'm grateful for the friends, for the family, for the people in my life that are willing to do the work, and that are willing to grow with me, that are happy, and they appreciate my realness. Y'all matter so much to me, and I wish everybody the best, always and forever. I'm never ever sending shit. I'm not gonna sing Taylor Swift, because ill. Okane kategu ore o wasa okane kategu watashi wa star kira orare wasta. Dude, this song fucking slaps. The only Houston women that I care for is Megan. Do with that as you please. I know too much about too much to not that I don't mess with the other Houston person, but that other Houston person is associated with a certain person that maybe they just used to be. Because there's two sides to that, you know? They could have used the person that they're with to get high into places and to be the person that they are today. However, knowing what that other person does in their life, and I'm excited for them to get called out very, 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 very soon. So, what's going to be the quiz of the day? So I've been watching Golden Girls. Which golden girl are you? Boo, boo, boo. Which golden girl are you? Which girl 2024. Let's fucking do this. So I want to know which golden girl I am, because thank you for being a friend. Down the rolling back again. Your heart is true. I'm doing a country version. You're a pal and a confidant. Boom boom boom. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see me and the God that will stay for me and a friend. I fucking love that show, man. That show's fucking is excellent. I've always heard of Golden Girls, but it's only until like recent that I finally got into it, and holy fucking shit, that show freaking rocks. My favorite characters are definitely Dorothy and Sophia. I mean, mother-daughter duo. They are true. I think those girls are good friends. Blanche is a hoe. Nobody fucking likes her. She's a backstabbing bitch. And I mean, Rose is cool. Rose has good values. She's really sweet, but she's too naive. She's too dumb for me, man. So like, I can't take that shit. So let's see. Let me move myself to the side so y'all can do the quiz with me. Dude, I love me a good rap, a good Japanese rap too. If y'all don't know about me, one of my favorite party trick like years ago, if you know about Ichima. I fucking love Ichima. That shit was my fucking favorite song, and I learned all the lyrics. It was in Korean and Japanese rap. I learned all the lyrics, and I will put it out. I would pull it out. I would pull out my cock at parties. I would pull it out at parties, and I loved it. Great songs. So let's see. Which golden girl are you? Tonight, you have a date tonight. What are you wearing? Your nicest jewelry, something simple that you feel good in but isn't too flashy. Your favorite bag and backpack, a must-have with any looks, I guess. Anything that makes you look stunning. Anything that makes me look stunning. Oh no, you're at a party and your ex just walked in. What do you do? Okay, depends which one it is, but let's think about the one that I'm cool with. Roll your eyes, and if they approach, say something snarky. Act very pro on the outside, knowing you already put an old Sicilian curse on them. Ask your friends for advice because you're not good in this situation. Draw attention to yourself and your date to make them jealous. So, because I'm cool with the last ex, I'm not going to choose him. But there's another guy that was a situationship before that. That was a situationship that I was stuck in for 5 years. Why did I choose to be so fucking stupid for 5 years? Almost 6 years of fucking stupidity with this person that didn't give a fuck. So if you're out there, ladies, and you like a man that doesn't claim you or treat you like that, gives you crumbs, and that literally treats you like garbage, don't do that. You're better than that. So if it were him, I would act polite on the outside, knowing already that I put a Sicilian curse on him. Fuck yeah, 100%. 100% my choice. I chose that. Okay. Life is like a box of chocolates. It's sweet. It's decadent and full of mystery and intrigue. It always has to give you the crummy pieces before you find a good ones. It gives me the runs. It's decadent and full of mystery and intrigue. That's what my life is. I know that's goddamn fucking correct. I'm just making sure. You show your friends you love them by making them gifts and helping them with favors. Always being there to listen to their problem and give them advice. Supporting them, but also giving a much needed reality check when you need to. Inviting them out to the best clubs, parties, and events. I am definitely... as you guys have heard throughout this episode, I am definitely supporting them, but also giving a much needed reality check when you need to. That's what I do. What's your worst nightmare? Not being listened to, getting rejected, making a fool of yourself, being back in your hometown. Ooh, not being listened to. I don't care, girl. I talk to myself all the time. I don't care. Being rejected, that used to be my nightmare. And I think I'm still working on my rejection stuff. Making a fool of yourself. I don't care, girl. It's never that serious. Make a fool of me. It'll be a learning experience, or I'll just won't care. I think I'll put the getting rejected because this still sucks. But it's not my worst nightmare, though. Not being listened to. I mean, for the sake of this podcast, we're going to say not being listened to because I'm doing this and I'm hoping that somebody out there is listening. Is somebody listening? So, not being listened to. What is your hidden talent? Singing, writing, dancing, impressions. Impressions. I do great impressions. Finally, pick a color. We have pastel pink and peach, red, beige, or silver. I'll pick silver. Why the fuck am I Blanche? What the fuck? I was talking shit about Blanche this entire time and I just fucking got Blanche. Sultry, sophisticated, and full of confidence. You're just like this Southern belle. You know exactly who you are and you love every bit of it. Oh, that's true. But don't let your ego get too big or else you risk letting your competitive side hurt your friendship. Ego where, babes? The fuck? You support our besties in this household. Well, don't let your ego get too big or else you could risk letting your competitive side hurt your friendship. I want to sit on that one. I want to sit and understand, first of all, why it's pissing me off that I got that. Because is a part of that true? That with my ego, my big ego, being competitive with friends. I don't think it's been a competitive with friends when it comes to my ego. I don't think I'm being competitive for what? Why would I be friends with you if I'm going to be in competition with you? You're not my friend if that has to be the case. You know, I'm never in competition with friends, so that doesn't relate to me. However, something about hurting my friendships, which would be like, dude, I don't even fucking know, man. Fuck that bitch. Doesn't relate, but this is it, guys. Thank you so much for listening today. This was actually a great episode. I'm really happy I decided to re-record because I was not gonna give y'all what the fuck was yesterday. Yesterday was rough. Yesterday was rough, but we're back. Yesterday was rough, but we're back. We're back for it. Time to dance today. Yeah. When today you go outside, you can breathe the flowers in the sky. They are falling because you're in paradise. Yeah. If you have a friend, take them by the hand. Go for a walk and see. Go for a walk and see. If you have a friend, hey, take you by the hand and go for a walk to see. Love is real. Okay, anyways, thank you for listening, guys. Remember that self-awareness is the key to being a good person. Move with love. Work on yourself, love yourself to love more out there. And thank you so much for listening. If you're still at the end to this, leave a like on the video on YouTube. Give me 5 stars review. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you feel. I want to know. Okay, thanks, you guys. I'm excited to see more of you. We're staying consistent, I promise. I'm Hulk Hogan. Bye. La, 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 la.